Children of promise are persecuted. On this channel, I read scripture and then I talk about it. This is Galatians chapter 4, verses 28 through 29. Now you, brothers, like Isaac, are children of promise. But just as at that time he who was born according to the flesh persecuted him who was born according to the Spirit, so also it is now. God had told Abraham he would have a child with Sarah, and yet it was taking quite a while. So Abraham tried to take it into his own hands and have a son with his slave Hagar. The son of that union was named Ishmael. But after that happened, God also provided a son through Sarah, who had been previously barren, Isaac, the child of promise. When Abraham tried to take things into his own hands and earn what God had already promised him, that produced Ishmael, and the child of God's promise that was ultimately fulfilled was Isaac. This ties in with Christianity versus many other religions. The true core of Christianity is not works, it is faith in the promise of God. And hopefully your faith in God's promise will produce good works, but that is not the requirement for your salvation. Meanwhile, in Islam, you have the 5 pillars. In Hinduism, you must have good karma. And in Buddhism, you have to follow the Noble Eightfold Path in order to gain access to heaven. On top of all that, you have many Christians who also adopt a work-based mindset, and they develop a sense of superiority, believing that their works will somehow earn their salvation. Work-based mindsets will always lead to persecution of those who are based in faith alone. Why will this always happen? Well, in order to convince yourself that your works are actually earning something for you, the flip side of that coin is that you must also believe others who do not do the same works are not earning what you've earned. You say, I do X, Y, and Z, therefore I am saved. This person does not do all these works, so they couldn't possibly be saved, when in reality they very well could be. Let your faith in the promise be all sufficient, and then let that drive you to love for God for what He has already done and what you cannot earn, and then you do good works in order to glorify and love Him well. See, Abraham's son Isaac was part of the direct lineage towards Jesus, and then through Jesus' death on the cross and His resurrection, we all have become children of that same promise to Abraham.